A reminder with halftime approaching, when we get there, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first-half highlights and analysis.
And I hope he's iced down his throat because he's got a lot to get through because we've had no shortage of points scored in the first half.
It has been a fun track meet. On 1st and 10, Anderson. And Olsen over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
Anderson now on 1st and 10. And caught left side, Olsen. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Let's go. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
To throw is Anderson from the gun on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 6. Room here to run. And look out. I think he's going to go. Touchdown, Falcons. Taylor Gabriel, 94 yards. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
Wide open receiver complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down, Anderson. And his throw here is incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. That'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Now Anderson going to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The Panthers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Anderson operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. This from 54 yards away. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA halftime report. The Panthers haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Falcons will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Have it at the 9. Coleman's got it on the run, and he'd cap off the 11-play drive with the TD, as that evens the score at 7-7. Late in the first quarter, on the carry, it's the dangerous Tevin Coleman, and nobody can stop him on this long touchdown. Now 2nd and 8. Newton's gonna take off here, and he'd go in for the 8-yard touchdown. The gap is closed to 6. Gano's gonna kick it away. The return will start from the 49, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. That takes the lead up to 7. Panthers on 1st and 5. Johnson's wide open here on the catch, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Now 1st and 10, score now tied at 24. Matt Ryan on the connection with Taylor Gabriel, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to their own 43-yard line.
All right, Larry, thank you. A fairly tight game here as we get set to resume play in this second half. This will be fielded at the 8. And now running right through it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, that play certainly took a long time, and that's why a lot of coaches in training camp, they use a whistle or a horn at about 3 seconds because they want the ball in the hands of the quarterback. They want the play to develop quickly and get the ball downfield. This one had to go over 5 seconds holding on to the football, and then he ends up getting hit, and they have an incompletion.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Ryan will throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The veteran Andre Roberts was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Play action. Ryan. And that's incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. 5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now Anderson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Let's go. Green, 39. Green.
To throw on second down. Anderson. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 32 that time. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
All right, here we go.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
Second and goal from the 5. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. It's the fullback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. Well, it was second and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Gano out to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Shedding the tackle. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The Falcons on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. It's Ryan. And that will be incomplete as well. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know.
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken around the 12. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And, oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard at the 24-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the third now in New Orleans. The gap's getting wider there. The Saints have scored again. Mark Ingram, a couple of touchdowns on the ground thus far.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, Anderson. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Here's Anderson from the gun on 3rd down. It's caught. Shepard. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here we go now.
Anderson now, throwing on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here we go now.
To throw is Anderson. Off the play fake. Johnson's got it complete. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And now a first down following that long gain. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that one will be accepted.
Automatic first down.
First and goal here from the 2. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to bowl his way in for a Panther score. That's the fullback with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Gano out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Ryan now off the bootleg. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Ryan. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He got 29 yards that time. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike." They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
To throw on 3rd down, Anderson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Fresh set of downs here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Courtney Upshaw getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Anderson looking to throw on 2nd down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Anderson throwing on 3rd and long. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now Ryan on first down. And this one complete to Andre Roberts. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. First and 10, it's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll bring up second down. Second down following the incompletion. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And some room to work. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. So here we go, first and 10 now. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
But it was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. From the gun, it's Ryan. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So on fourth down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So make it 3 field goals for him now, and this last one tightens things up a bit.
And I know that offense is on the sideline right about now, checking out the tablets and saying, man, we let a good chance slip away there. We've got to start finishing some of these drives.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They run the counter now on first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their number one goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be third down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's Anderson from the gun on third down. And he's got room. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
And a great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. On first down, Anderson to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard, right around the 31.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.